Okay, you guys, what are we doing here?
Planting potatoes.
Planting our potatoes. So,
We found one red one, and it's starting to grow.
yeah, we found a red one from last year, and it was already starting to grow, huh? So now we're getting our seed potatoes planted from what potatoes we had left over winter. These have been in our cold storage in the basement. Now we're getting them planted. I will never plant potatoes any other way than the Ruth Stout method for planting potatoes. Let me tell you why. Last year we did this for the first time, and it was the best potatoes that we've ever had. They were the biggest potatoes, they were the easiest to harvest, they were the easiest to plant. It's the best way to grow potatoes. I don't know how else to tell you this, but it is. I always hated that when I harvested my potatoes, inevitably I would always cut through the biggest, best potatoes when I was digging them up. That's not a problem with Ruth Stout Method potatoes. Okay, I'll show you how it works. Oh, you need help getting them pulled apart?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll help you in a minute. Okay, so really all we do is pick the spacing that we like, and we set the seed potato on top of the dirt. You might squish it in a tiny bit, but really not much at all. So you can see how we're doing it there. And then, Jackson disappeared somewhere, but what are you doing?
Oh, no,
Feeding the cat. He feeds it when it's back, so that the food doesn't get eaten by the magpies quite so much. Anyways, so you put the potato on the ground, then you come behind and you shake nice loose straw or hay. I actually like hay better, just because straw tends to germinate the wheat seeds or whatever, barley seeds or whatever it is that's in there. So I like hay better, but straw is what I have for now. All right, so you do that nice and loose over top, and then later on in the summer, we'll spread some more on top. That's how you hill potatoes in this method. You just spread it out nice and loose. I'll show you more of that in a minute. So we did our potatoes mostly over here last year. We had one bed right here, kind of in between these onions. And we spread the straw there. You can see all the straw still left over. And we did potatoes in each of these grow beds. Now, we really liked the grow beds a lot better. The reason we liked them in the grow beds better is because they didn't get as green in the grow beds. That's because the walls of the grow bed allowed us to pile straw and hay deeper than over here where there wasn't a grow bed. We just kind of had to pile it the best we could there wasn't anything to keep it contained to pile high, I guess is what I'm saying. So we wanted to plant the potatoes over there this year, and we also had the need to cut down some cottonwood trees that were shading our greenhouse too much. So we cut those down. We needed something to do with the cottonwoods, or the logs. So those are our new grow beds. All right, I'll show you that. So you can see our cottonwood trees that are the new grow beds to keep the straw in there. That'll help us pile it nice and deep and keep the straw where it's supposed to be. We're going to do them on that side as well. You can see the trees. All right, let's take another look at how the kids are breaking up this straw. You don't want to just put a clump of the straw in, otherwise what'll happen if you just do a big clump of the straw?
It won't, you can't go through it. It's not as easy to, I don't know.
Yeah, the potato might not have enough energy to push the vine up through the straw. So we do it nice and loose, shaking up. You can see the boys are doing a good job breaking that straw up. That's all there is to it with the Ruth Stout method.
If it was too high, it won't grow.
Yeah, we don't want to pile the straw too high at this point, otherwise the potatoes might not grow through it. Potatoes do a pretty good job of pushing through stuff, but it's fine. Yeah, there's a potato there that we need to get covered up. Harrison was already planting some. We need to spread out the straw better still, though. All right, looking good. Anything else you guys want to say?
Like, share, subscribe, and come see the pigs.
Oh, we love our pigs. Yeah. Anything about potatoes or this method of planting potatoes that you like or dislike?
We can't like a lot better potatoes.
Yeah, they are a lot better. They're bigger, I don't know, nicer quality, super easy to harvest.
And
Did you guys like harvesting them last year?
yeah.
All you have to do is just push
Super yummy with it.
They are super yummy. But super easy to harvest just because all you have to do is push the straw out of the way, and then there are your potatoes. You can even harvest them early if you want to, and pick just some, pick some tiny ones, yeah, and then the plants will keep
That's what we
growing,
did
right?
earlier, and then I put the small potato in my lunch.
Got some small potatoes, and then we put the hay or straw back, and it kept growing, the rest of them, huh?
Yeah, and I remember getting small
this
potato
one's
and then
too
put it in my
squishy.
lunch.
Yeah, you guys did, huh?
Yeah,
You
this
love
one's
those.
very squishy.
Yeah, that tiny one probably won't grow. Go ahead and put it in there, but I don't think it'll
Put it with another
actually
one,
grow
maybe?
into a plant. Well, just keep spreading them out the way you are, and you know, if we don't have one in a spot, it's not a big deal. That would be awesome. The reason we've got this canopy here is it was pouring out here, and our goal was to get the potatoes planted. We'd already brought them out, so I wanted to get them in the ground. Anyways, so we were planting under there, but now it stopped raining for a bit, so we'll just plant without it until we need it again.